Hello and welcome to the Bat Cave, your secret hideout for Brawl videos and deck techs. I'm your host, BlindBat8719. On today's video, I'm exploring the new 100 card Historic Brawl format for the special event they have going on. This time it's going to be piloted by Illuna, Apex of Wishes. This is going to be my proxy for my Maelstrom Wanderer deck that I have in real life Commander. Before I go into the deck, a couple of quick things real quick, a couple asks from my audience. If you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to the channel, help me grow. And if you like the deck, feel free to share the deck list with your friends. The deck list will be down below. Now, normally this is the part of the video where I do a deck tech, but since my deck techs tend to run a little bit on the long side for a normal Brawl video, I can only imagine how long that would take for me to go through a 100 card deck. So I'm not going to bore you guys with a really in-depth deck tech, but the basic gist of the deck is to play a lot of fun things that are, for me, a slight copying theme, but ultimately to get to a late state part of the game where just powerful things can take over, such as Cure Best the Sea God. I have the Agent, Cure Best the Sea God. I have the Agent of Trickery plus the Thassa Deep Dweller combo. That also pairs well with a Terror of the Peaks. Cavalier of Flames is another one that can win the game. I'm trying out God Eternal Ronus as a possibility. Brainstorm is in here for some setup. Kind of the same idea with maybe Maze Mind Tome. And Search of Escanta helps with some setup stuff. What else are some things that are fun here? I like playing with me some Goreclaw. So she's in the deck to help make the commander cost a little less and make my creatures a little more powerful. Gilded Lotus for some extra mana. Auspicious Sterix, because why not? And another one that looks like a little beast within here is Sawdust Demolisher. Sawdust Demolisher. I didn't see this one before. I'm not entirely sure what set this came in, but I'm happy I have this because the mutate cost is cheaper than the actual cast cost. Yes, I give them a 3/3, but I get to blow up the thing I don't want them to have. It's not a creature, and I'm giving them I have a bigger body overall. So I'm excited to try this card out. And of course, always favorites like Genesis Ultimatum and End-Raze Forerunners. And then the mana base is mostly a lot of duels to make sure I have all my colors and try to make things work with the mana base that we have in Historic that doesn't actually happen in like Legacy or actual EDH. So with my little brief overview of the deck out of the way, let's jump into the arena for some brawls. Alright, this hand is a little bit slow. It's one of the sacrifices I had to make this deck work a little bit in the format is I had to play a few more tap lands. And I mean, Field of the Dead is pretty awesome. I'm playing against Matheussep, piloting a Niv-Mizzet Parun deck. I definitely want to try my own version of a Niv-Mizzet Storm deck, and I think that'd be a lot of fun to try out. This one, I think I'm just going to take the free mulligan here. I need to be a little more proactive. I know I said more proactive. I'm going to keep this basically because I'm hoping that Search for Escanta can get me there. So, Hinterland Harbor, into Reliquary Tower, Search for Escanta, start getting me my lands, and hopefully that will give me enough to get going there. Start by saying hello to the opponent, and leading off the Hinterland Harbor. They let off with an Izzet Guildgate, and I drew with a Spark Double. Electrostatic Field, alright, that should be fun. So I will play the Reliquary Tower. Good game. Look, I have no doubt about it, but I'm not going to respond to that good game just yet. So, Search for Escanta right now. I drew a Simic Guildgate at least, which is nice. Gutter Snipe. Ooh, yeah, that can be kind of rough. Growth Spiral, we will keep that. I cannot keep that on top because I can't actually cast it. I'll put that to the graveyard. Paradise Druid. Alright. Almost as good. So whenever I deals 2 damage to each opponent, so I'm basically getting lightning bolted every spell my opponent casts. This is probably going to get him an island right now. As Niv-Mizzet, it's 3 triple blue, triple red. Baral, Chief of Compliance, so there's some more mana ramp. It's good for the opponent. Alright, 2 damage, 1 damage, and another 3 damage. Yay. Primal Command do me anything good? I will not block. Why didn't he just do this? Oh, it's the raid effect. Let me put this into the graveyard because I can't actually cast it. I can, but it's not really doing me anything right now. Aether Hub's a good start. Trying this one out as a fixer if I need it to be. So I have 5 mana. I could try to go for Illuna right now when the coast is kind of clear. And whatnot, which actually is tempting. Primal Command doesn't do me much good right now. So I think my best bet is actually to risk it and just go for an Illuna. This is not usually the play I wanted. I'd rather be able to mutate Illuna to get extra value out of her. But I think that my opponent's creatures are cheaper. The Chaos Wand. Ooh, that's spicy. I'm going to put this into the graveyard because I really need lands. Okay, Mountain is good. Let's start out by getting a Great Henge going. And then I guess there goes the Spark Double, but if I do Spark Double, or do I want to do Primal Command? Then okay, target opponent exiles cards. So I think this is something that I think I actually want to get rid of this for my opponent, because I think I have some nasty stuff in here. So I'm going to put non-creature permanent target's owner's library and have them shuffle their graveyard into their library. This way then I can get rid of that, and that gets rid of the other spell. Swing in with Illuna. I really did want to do a Spark Double into Illuna, so this way I get a bigger one, a really big one, and draw another card. But things are what they are right now. I still have my energy. That's good. Okay. Ooh, Nylea. With already 4 devotion. I think I'm gonna go for the Nylea here. Because I can play her out, she'll be a creature, and then I can still play out the Spark Double? Sure, why not? Oh, my opponent might have a counterspell I wasn't thinking about, because Baral does make things cheaper, and I forgot he had the extra mana. So this will be interesting to see what he will use for counter magic then. Nothing has haste. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to swing with Illuna, see how far that gets me. Alrighty. And then I would say, yeah, Cavalier Gales. Why not? Draw an extra card here. Then I can put back 2 things I don't think I need right now. Oh, wow. Alright, put back Neelith. I'll be honest, the Mirror March probably the thing that should go back. Yeah, we'll keep it like that for right now. And then play out the island just so I can see what I hold off into what I can maybe cast later on. So Mirror March, non-token enters the battlefield. Spark Double enters the battlefield, except I don't know how the interaction between Spark Double and Mirror March works. I'd be really interested to see if there's time to try that out. Do I have enough mana to cast all that though? Because let's see, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have enough to actually cast both, so that'll be interesting to try out. Though I think to be on the safe side, I probably, instead of doing a Illuna, I probably should do a Cavalier Gales with a Spark Double. So Deliberate dealt 3 damage and whatever. Alright. Okay, so I was able to overcome the early deficit and get there with an aggressive use of the Surge for Azcanta. Matheussep, thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. I think this hand's worth giving it a try, actually. So I'm going to keep this one. Playing against Awesome 5151, piloting a Gonti Lord of Luxury deck. Gonti is a commander I've been wanting to play with for a while in EDH, or whether he's a commander as one of the 99. So he seems like a fun guy, and I'm looking forward to see what my opponent's doing. I'm going to keep the 7 here. It could just simply be play Gonti and play a bunch of kill spells, but we'll see how it goes. Hello to the opponent, and then lead off with the Snarl, since that's going to come into play tap. No 2-drops, but I'm hoping I can go 3-drop into the Dryad. So we'll play out the hub now. So this way I'll have my green. Hold off on the Field of Ruin, which probably won't be as much useful. Ooh, that's a lot of snow, so I have to keep that in mind to watch out for something like that. So Field of Ruin. Now, The issue here becomes, do I want to go for the haste or do I want to go for the Dryad? Neither one really makes much of a difference, so I'm going to start with the Dryad here, because it's going to cost me a green, it costs me the energy, and so I have no other ways of playing green out right now. But I think that's worth it, because this technically right now it does fix my mana as long as she stays alive, which is not looking good at the moment. Okay, no, Nyx loaded, so this is a big black deck. Or like big mana things. Is it going to be a Torrent of Hailfire? Oh, I don't even need to crack this right now. That's good to know. So in this case, then, I really should ramp. But I think instead, I'm going to... where's the green? I'm going to mutate the Angiosaurus, because I think that actually is the better play right now. And I mean, it's kind of mean to go after a mana artifact, stuff like this, but I feel like the Nyx load is one that's going to be really crazy. And I think this is the better option than ramping out with the Solemn. I think me stymieing them a little bit, because they play something that has a lot of mana, black symbols on it, or just go wide now all of a sudden, I think it'll just be, yes, like Phylactery Lich. And now actually, if I'm able to... This is indestructible. Alright, this doesn't really matter when I do that. So, alright, Doomblade, that's fine. I'll wait to the end of the turn. I'll just crack this now. And I gotta get the green. I think the green is the more important color to get started with. So, there's my green. Body double is interesting. But I'll lead off with the Solemn Simulacrum. Take the action. I need double blue for the commander, so I'm gonna go for another blue source here. So body double can be interesting, because I can use it to play a Gem Razor here, or play out another Dryad for color fixing. Gonti. Look at the top 4 cards of my library. Exile one of them face down, and the rest in a random order. Argil's Bloodfast. No blocks? If I draw a land, it gives me a mutate target. So let's go with the no blocks plan here. They can't kill... I mean, if they kill him next turn, that's one thing. Alrighty. Well, we got dealt with the Lich, so that's good at least. But that's 3 and 3. No attacks. And I'm actually going to blow this up now, because I don't want them to untap and have a use for the mana. Again, I think I don't block here. I think I can take the hit here and not have to block. If he ends up wiping the board with the snow and bringing back Gonti, which would be pretty cool, I'm fine with then I'll draw the card. But for well, Stronghold is pretty sweet. Phyrexian Ranger, draw a card. I'm fine with then drawing the card and the cost of 2 life. Knight of Malice. I haven't seen that one in a while. Alrighty, so things are starting to get slightly dicey here. I'm thinking I can't really hold off on the mutating much longer. First strike protection. Okay. I'm just going to go with the Illuna here right now. I think that's my best bet. Nothing here I can really copy with the body double at the moment. And then I'll just keep the Solemn around. Now I'm willing to block with Solemn for some stuff. Baleful Mastery. Alright. Oh, now I draw the land. Alright, that's cool. Take the action. Alright, that was into my turn, so I can't play the land. Agent. Oh, he got my Agent of Treachery. Nice. Okay. Little does he know that I usually don't give up that easily, so yes, you think stealing my thing is going to make me really sad. Let's block this one. Trade here at least. Now is the time to give up a little bit on keeping the Solemn back. Take the action to draw a card. Simic Guildgate, Great Henge. Anything I can play for 5. I could play out Terror, which could be useful. So that's worth playing out now. So let's play this out. I don't have double red. I just missed the fact that I don't have double red. Okay. I can play out Simic and really do nothing for the most part. Yeah, I guess I'm playing out Simic and... Oh, I can't even cast Rhythm of the Wild, yeah. I I think at this point then, just gotta blow up the Cabal stronghold. Get another red source here, I'd say. I mean, it's starting to look a little rough, but I'm still optimistic. Leyline of the Void. Alright, so nothing new goes into my graveyard. Agonizing Remorse. Okay, so there probably goes Terror of the Peak. Ooh, okay. That's fine with me. Alright, down to 8. Frilled Mystic is nice. Green, green, blue. So this has to... I probably should play this to the red as opposed to playing out a Frilled Mystic. Frilled Mystic is going to die to things, so... Start out by getting a Terror of the Peaks out. And then next turn, depending on how the mana base goes, I can either go Rhythm of the Wild, followed with a Frilled Mystic, Tergrid's Lantern. Ooh, that's going to be rough. I, at this point, actually think that discarding a card is my best bet. I'm going to go with Rhythm of the Wild right now. Rhythm of the Wild. I can't actually cast the Frilled Mystic, can I? So that's the thing that's going to go then. The Death Toucher's going to get through, no problem. So what do I have in my graveyard? So I could probably make come in as a copy of Angiosaurus, and I could kill it. Nighthawk is also be a problem. Savalia. If I do double green here, it lets me get her out, no haste. If I play out this, I cannot play out Savalia. Alright, so I'm going to go with the Great Henge. Make things a little bit bigger. Play out Savalia now. I'm going to target the 6-costed one, actually. And then play out the Falls. No attacks. Alright, at this point I think I'm going to discard a card, making that the Rhythm of the Wild. Eldest Reborn. Creature or a Planeswalker. I think I gotta get rid of Savalia here. That's the one to get rid of. Tergrid's Lantern. I think at this point I'm going to lose the 3 life. Let's get rid of the thing with the more toughness that I can deal with. Alright, the opponent is at 13 life. This would be a 7, 7 and 5. This will be 8. If I do this, this is 8. 8 and 5 is 13. I wish I could do... Yep, that's a good game. Alright. So we'll play out the creature. That sounds good. Damage to the face. Swing in. Whew. Oh man, I definitely was nervous there for a little bit, but awesome 5-1-5-1. That was a good game. I had a great time. Thank you very much. Let's go on to the next one. So I'm going to keep this one based on the strength of 2 lands with Surge for Azcanta. It worked out well for me in a previous game, so I'm going to push my luck again for a second time. Playing against Jetfrog, piloting a Yarok, the Desecrated deck. I've played against Yarok before in older Brawl formats. He's a lot of fun. The doubling trigger things can definitely get out of hand, so I have to make sure I either kill Yarok really quickly or try to find other ways to mitigate all the effects going on. Fabled Passage is good too. I'm going to start by saying hello to the opponent and then going with the Breeding Pool in tapped. Alright, they got the Goose going, so that's fun. I'll lead off. Do I have the green? I'm fine with green yet. So let's play the Mountain out now. Let's go with Surge for Azcanta. I have Pathway and Fabled Passage, so I'm getting there in terms of all my mana sources. Broken Wings, I think, could definitely help out with some crazy creatures they might come out to play with that have flying, or even just some mana ramp that I don't want them to have dark. Oh, dang, Dark Ritual? Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, dang. Alright, that was a lot sooner. Okay, that has to go to the graveyard. There's no way I'm casting that this early in the game. So the pathway will become blue. Oh, Yarok out being already is really rough. I got double blues? Alright, let me go for another green source here. So, Guided to Elronis isn't the best at the moment, but it's a good blocker, and I can definitely recur multiple times. It can definitely trade with the Yarok as well as I can. Now this is where things are going to get kind of crazy. So now the Broken Wings might be one of those things where I'm going to want to use that to take care of that Gilded Goose that's going to get a couple of counters on things. Oh, dang. So 5/7 Yarok. Thank God Eternal has Death Touch. The only problem, again, is opponent plays a lot of black, so Doomblade, boom, boom, Bon Voyage. I'm going to keep that for the land. That's great. I got double green, just making sure all my colors work out. Play out the Ronus. And now at this point, I'm just trying to make it probably to that Genesis Ultimatum. So I got green, green, red, red, so this will probably end up being a blue source. And next turn's going to be 6 mana, so depending if the Ronus stick, if I want to have the Ronus stick around to try to go for a Illuna play, which I think it's risky, but the opponent has 6 mana, but they've been a little shy on their land, so Ravenous Chupacabra. Alright. So definitely take the action. Fabled Passage play is going to hurt the Ronus thing a little bit, but that's fine. Star of Extinction. Do I have the time to even wait for that? 5/10, that's looking like lethal potentially next turn. And I don't have a way, I can't, I want to, but I can't. Alright, is it Guild Gauge? This has nothing to come in as a copy of. I think I gotta hold out for a Luna, maybe? I think I gotta go with a Luna here. Then playing the Broken Wings. Like, the Broken Wings just doesn't seem that great. So I can at least get rid of Riskar if I want to. I can't get rid of Yarok, so I probably, unfortunately, won't be blocking there. Tatiova is a good one for my opponent. I thought about putting her in this deck. When I was building this one, I definitely focused more on copying, almost like card for card, what is in my Brawl deck. Now this is where it gets to be interesting. I already have the land. I'm going to keep them on top of my library because I have the land I need to cast the Genesis Ultimatum. Just make sure I do this right. Blue, blue. So this is going to get a blue source still. And if I get an insane blue... If I get an insane draw with... off an ultimatum, Ronus will be good to have in my hand. Yeah, this counts as insane good stuff. Just put all that in play. Alright, this is gonna probably seal the game by me taking your commander, actually. Yep, that's one of the things about... There's a couple things here. Agent of Treachery is definitely a card that can definitely end games by himself, and it may be seen as unfun, but also my Jetfrog definitely put up a good fight, only starting out with probably 3 lands for the most part. The other thing, though, you consider it maybe a weakness of Yarok decks is they are like they fall into the camp of decks that once they lose the commander, the deck kind of falls apart. What I try to do with my Illuna decks, and so a lot of times those are mutate decks, and they just mutate. They can get by without the commander, but the commander kind of makes things hum for the most part. This version, I don't need a Luna. It's a bonus that I try for every time, but I don't need them to win. So, Jetfrog, that was kudos to you for hanging in there with the mana disadvantage. Thank you very much for the game. Let's go on to the next one. And that is the video for today. The deck is alright. It went 4-3 in the new format. There are probably some things that I put in as facsimiles for the cards that are in my deck that are probably that in my EDH deck for the Maelstrom Wanderer are better options than what I have here. So this is something I probably will tweak around with and play around. And I mean, I'm looking at this huge pile of 6, 7 plus drops. I may need to consider cutting some of that down to make the deck maybe functional a bit better. But this was my first draft of the deck for the most part. And this is something that I will probably just work on and off on. If you got any suggestions on what I should be playing in here, or how I can maybe restructure the deck, I would love to read about them in the comment section down below. If you liked today's video, click the thumbs up icon down there and share the deck with your friends if you thought the deck was pretty cool. If you really like what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel, help me grow. I would greatly appreciate it. As always, thank you for visiting the Batcave, and have a great day.